Everybody, what's up? This is the one and only Bervin Jackson coming to you from the beautiful ATL, Atlanta, GA. Toxic black mold survivor, hernia mesh survivor, diabetic survivor, renal failure, high blood pressure, that went through the worst illness that anyone could ever go through and still survived. This is Bervin Jackson. I hope you all are doing great today. I hope that you are doing well in your life, in spite of what's going on in the world, because the downfall of Babylon America is happening every single day. You see it with your big time celebrities losing deals. You see it with corporations like Rolex, Louis Vuitton. You see all of this happening. Chaos throughout the entire world. You have never seen such a time as this. But the Most High, Yah, He told us in His Word about Babylon, America. He said what? You have watched my videos on Instagram about this. You have heard from other Israelites talking the same way about Babylon, America, and all of these other nations that continue to treat a particular people like they're nothing to this very day, to the letter. It's the same group of people that continue to get picked on, tortured to this very day. But the Most High said about Babylon, He said what? He says, nobody buys her goods anymore. Let me say it again. No one buys her goods anymore. And folks, that's exactly what's happening. Nobody is concerned about a Louis Vuitton bag. Nobody is concerned about a prestigious Rolex watch. Nobody is buying her goods anymore. And as Esau descendants, continue to decline to the bottom, the Most High Yah is raising up true Israel in all of the chaos. And even the Edomites, to a certain degree, can't even see it. And look, folks, let me show you this real quick about the football player Shadora. I think I'm saying that right. Now, you notice how, I believe, they said he was the 144, if I'm not mistaken, that he was the 144th pick. Why 144? Why 144? 144 is very significant in our Bible. The 144th coming together. Israelite men. Israelite men that stand on principle. I told you a long time ago. The only type of man in the world that the world, in Esau world, does not want to hear are those Israelite men that goes against Esau. Okay. And any type of woman that goes against Esau, okay, these are the ones that Esau and his descendants do not like. They didn't like the way that Shadora Sanders was talking in his interviews. They didn't like the confidence. They didn't like the fact that he was raised by a father, because it has been, orchestrated for them to take the black man out the family. They don't want a strong black man to be in no family. They don't want the woman of any skin tone taking no advice from no so-called black man. So, the fact that this young man was very articulate, okay, knew how to talk, was raised by a man, okay, they didn't want him. So we saved him for last to try to teach him a lesson. Folks, they've always kept us at last. Look at my own career. Look at everything that I've done. Go to my Instagram and look at everything that I have done. Go to my website, bervinj.com, and read about Bervin Jackson and everything that he has done. But why is it Bervin Jackson don't have financial means like Lil Wayne? And how come Mr. Jackson don't have financial means like Drake? And how come Mr. Jackson don't have financial means like these other black men you see out here with all type of money? They have plenty of money. I heard one say he has plenty of money. They have plenty of money because they have sold out to Esau. That's why they have plenty of money. But Esau, he is threatened by that particular black man that says, you know what, I'm going to start my own like myself. I don't need you, Esau, like myself. I am going to create my own. I'm not going to sell my soul to you. I'm not going to sell out and do wicked, weird stuff. I'm not going to put on a dress and high heel shoes and makeup and lipstick. I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to let you humiliate me. See? So 144 is a very significant number, folks. The Israelites are coming up very fast, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. That I'm glad to be a part of that rise of the true biblical Israelites arising under the radar. And I'm so happy that the Most High has orchestrated a way with me to help them rise. Oh, you are going to hear about it real soon. But right now, it's up under the radar. So all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shai, our soon coming King, coming back for his chosen seed over here in Babylon, America, and scattered throughout the four corners of the world, enslaved by all nations that cannot stand us. But their time is up as they collapse. China is dropping, Japan, they're all falling. You see it every single day in the news. So let's not pretend like you don't know why all of this is happening. You know the reason why it's happening. It has to happen. Now, let me get into the lesson because it's not going to be a very long lesson. I've said this many, many times in other video presentations. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the reason that sugar, the main reason why sugar is important to the body. It only has one source. It has one meaning. And I'm gonna give you that meaning today. Okay? I'm gonna give it to you again. The good bacteria in your gut that's designed to fight pathogens, invading pathogens for you, that's designed to be your military, their food supply for them, not for you. Their food supply for them, it is instant glucose. Let's break down instant glucose. I'm talking about things like apples, fruit, cake, okay, pears, chocolate candy bars with nuts. Okay. Those things are designed to feed your good bacteria. Let me say it again. Those foods are for your good bacteria when they want to eat. See, you have to understand that you have a companion inside of your body. And your companion that's inside of your body, their food supply that they need to function and be able to fight wars and fight parasites for you, okay, just like playing football outside, their food supply is instant glucose. So since you have a companion in the body that has a food source, okay, then that food, that good bacteria is not going to be happy with you talking about you going to eat a vegan vegetable diet all the time. Because those vegetables, okay, are not glucose, so therefore those vegetables are feeding you. Once again, you have a companion in your body, okay? And there are foods for your companion, and then there are foods for you. This is what nobody else is breaking down on the internet, because the Most High, he wanted to come from true Israel. He wanted to come from a person that was told he was the sickest man in the entire hospital. The Most High wants this information to come from the true biblical Israelites, nobody else. So once again, the good bacteria in your gut, they have a food supply. Their food supply is not steak. Their food supply is not eggs. Their food supply is not rice. Their food supply is not a salad. Okay. Their food supply is not macaroni and cheese. Their food supply is not stuffing on Thanksgiving. Their food supply is not pizza, pasta, meat. That is not their food supply. Everything I just named, that's your food supply. Let me say it again. That is your food supply. Apples, pears, cake made with fiber, candy made with fiber. Okay. Those things. Ice cream made with fiber. Snicker bars, my favorite. Okay. Candy bars with nuts in general is my favorite. those type of foods, that's for your good bacteria. So there's no way in the world that the good bacteria wants to sit there and eat those type of foods all day. Let me say it again. The good bacteria don't want to sit up there and eat fruit and sweet stuff all day. Just like I don't want to sit up there and eat pasta all day, all the time, and nothing else. The sugars, okay, the instant glucose, and then you have slow acting glucose. Foods that break down into sugar, that's slow acting glucose. The slow acting glucose foods, that's for you. The fast acting glucose foods, that's for your good bacteria. And when you understand how to prepare these meals and eat this stuff in the proper format, we're back on again, proper format, when you understand what is the proper format for doing all of this, okay? What is the proper format from morning up until dinner time? The Jackson Therapy is on top of all of this, folks. We're on top of all of this because it's been designed by someone that went through the worst of the worst to understand exactly what he's talking about. And I'm not bringing you some educated hypotheses. Okay. I've spent nothing but time in my kitchen from 2010 up until now. This is the only thing that's been my focus, is to bring myself back from not just mold recovery, okay, not just hernia mesh recovery, okay. The hardest thing of all of that, you would think that the hardest thing for me was the mold recovery. No, you would think that the hardest thing for me was the hernia mesh recovery. No, the hardest thing, here we go, for me was to understand that I am good bacteria compromised, and my good bacteria has to train me on how to eat and what to eat from morning up until dinner time. That was the hardest thing for me. Because if you messed up and you didn't know you messed up, then the good bacteria is going to strike you. And every time it strikes you, it's going to create chronic inflammation in you until you get it right. And folks, I can tell you that I got it right. This has been the hardest thing in the world, is overcoming and understanding the good bacteria in my gut when the good bacteria in my gut has compromised me in a way. And if I don't understand that and get that right, you can't get 100% well. So I'll praise the Most High for allowing me to understand this last vicious step. Okay, because right now we have over 100 million individuals out there that have an autoimmune condition. We have over 100 million people right now suffering with autoimmunity. Okay, autoimmunity, which nothing more is your good bacteria is in control. You don't have the balance no more. You can't do what you want to do no more. No. It's going to teach you what to eat in the morning, what to eat for dinner. And that's exactly what it has trained me to do with my own self. Okay. This is Bervin. So if you're trying to come to the ATF or the therapy, if you're trying to start the protocol for life, do go to the website. I have made some changes on the website to make things a little more clear and understandable. So go there. And if you're trying to come here or start the protocols, I'm still one call. That's all. And to all of you out there, all of you mothers out there on Esau calendar, I want to say to all of you real mothers, okay, not just because you have a child, okay, but you real genuine mothers out there, I want to say to you all, happy Mother's Day to you. This is Bervin A signing off. Love y'all. Bye.